This is probably my favorite political moment of the week. It's going viral. Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, made a very awkward stop at a Georgia donut shop this week, and the internet is cackling over it. Take a look.
Okay.
We're going to do 2 dozen.
Okay.
Yep. And just a random assortment of stuff here. Just everything. Yeah, I mean, a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense.
Twitter is, of course, eating this up. One user wrote, J.D. Vance is the type of guy who goes into a donut shop in Georgia and orders a plain bagel. And, quote, Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance seemingly thought he would get a nice on-camera moment Thursday when he visited a donut shop in Georgia, but the entire thing was incredibly awkward and #weird. So what gets me about this is someone who's like, I'm a working class hero, I love workers, this is how I grew up. But then you put him in a room with them, and he acts like they don't speak English. It's like so foreign to him. He's like, you guys work here? Like how I practice French with Duolingo, the most basic sentences he can think of. It was just very painful to watch.
Yeah, I think you overhyped it a little bit. It was a little stiff and awkward.
Oh,
I mean,
so good, Robbie. The more you watch it, the better
I'm not
it gets.
ever gonna watch it again. I don't actually like that awkward. It's hard for me to watch awkwardness. It was slightly awkward. Yeah, they just seemed like they didn't really want to talk. I mean, I relate to the employees in the donut shop in not wanting to make small talk with other people generally, but yeah, what the kind of bagel he ordered, was that the mocking part?
It was more of a joke.
It was glazed.
He didn't really order any. He was just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Put me
makes
whatever
sense.
bagels
And then
he left
maybe
it into them.
One of those. He couldn't even order right. I don't think it's that the workers.
What's the correct bagel or donut order?
Donut? I mean, if you're
so we're ordering bagels. I don't like bagels that much. I do want just plain bagels. Plain.
We know you love plain. Not an option in a donut shop, though.
Yeah.
He's getting 2 dozen because he's getting them for the people on the plane and the press that's rolling around with them. Just say an assortment of your favorites. And he just couldn't even come up with normal human language. It was like an alien in a skin suit. Like, whatever the humans enjoy to eat, whatever the human appetite prefers. It was just very...
For donuts, it's all good. We want glaze, we want some chocolate, a little bit of
Boston
cream in there.
My dad calls those Yankees cream because he hates the Red Sox.
we want
Cinnamon roll donuts.
Yeah, those are good. We want I went to Catholic school as a kid.
That's
and
telling.
12 years at Catholic school, and I don't know if this is a Catholic thing or it's a Polish thing. I think there was for Fat Tuesday, before the Lent season starts, you're supposed to order and you're supposed to gorge yourself on these donut-like things called punchkis. And there's 2 kinds. One has custard in them, and then one has this raspberry filling. And I loved those as a kid. Raspberry filled donut, but they're not exactly donut shaped. I feel like they're vaguely donut shaped, but they're not donuts. We call them punchkis. And I think it's a Polish thing. I can't spell them. There's like a Z and a K in there. Anyway,
every
I like
culture
those.
has a good fried pastry dough treat.
Yeah.
They're different wherever you go, and they're almost everywhere.
Yeah.
But J.D. Vance should be familiar with ordering donuts. If he doesn't like donuts, why did he bring the press into the donut shop? It's like he should know what he wants to order. But maybe he's not eating them. Maybe he's watching his figure. Take them into a smoothie shop. That's fine.
Like us.
But it seemed like he wants to go and like have this folksy moment on camera.
Love a good smoothie store. That's the place to be.
Like, this is a time when he's supposed to be making conversation with people. I don't think it's that the workers didn't want to talk. I think he did a bad job making conversation.
Yeah,
so how long have you worked there? Okay. No follow-up question? Do you like it? Do you like donuts?
I don't disagree. Again, this is the inequality we have because I'm not particularly a fan of J.D. Vance, particularly in terms of his policies. I'm not convinced that he's like a particularly gifted retail politician in the way that we saw there. So yeah, I'm not going to correct or anything you said or argue against it. Really, I don't think it.
Well, you
matters
can join
that
in
much,
on
but
me.
I can
join in with me. Yeah, you can hate on JD Vance with me. It'll be really fun.
You're saying that in a very demure and mindful way, right? Did I do it right?
Yeah, that was great.
All right.
This was not very demure or mindful
There we
of
go.
JD Vance.
There we go.
I think, if he's going to keep running, he's got to learn.
He is going to keep running.
I know. He's got to
no if.
learn how to interact with people. And I think this could be a fun story where he learns how to do that and he's trained up on how to be a social guy. But that's the thing. I think people want someone that they can have a beer with, like what everyone says. And when JD Vance was asked about that, he was like, well, because I like beer is why they should have a beer with me. And I just don't know what's up with this guy because he was seemingly very social in Yale Law School. There's all these photos of him partying. And so I don't know if it's that he's scared he's going to be scrutinized for everything he does. That's reasonable, right? He's running for public office. I don't know what it is, but it's very unnatural to watch.
But he drinks. Donald Trump famously does not drink. Tim Walz doesn't drink anymore. Does Kamala drink? Could you have a beer with Kamala? I think she drinks, right? Does she?
It doesn't matter if
know.
she drinks or not. I think
Well, it matters
that
to me.
question's about if it's enjoyable to be in a setting with her.
Yeah.
She likes to smoke weed and listen to Tupac. Remember
That's
that
true.
interview?
That's true. Yeah, that's her thing. Do they not pre-screen these donut shops? I always assumed that
They asked permission to go in with a ton of cameras, right?
it seemed like they had not asked. Yeah, it seemed like they'd not done it right because the staff didn't really want to be on camera and resented the interruption. Is how it seemed.
Well, he must have known that because they asked permission. But imagine being a worker in that scenario and you're like, I don't want to be seen as supporting
I'm just supposed to
this
find a
candidate.
donut shop where the
I don't
owner
wanna
loves
interact
the
with
candidate and then they're so excited. Yeah,
But
it
if your
seems like
boss is like,
he was
can you
set
do
up
this?
for failure.
If your boss is like, hey, we're going to get some press and advertisement from this, like I need you to do this, and you're on the clock, what are you going to do? Be like, no, I quit? Like, I didn't know this was a part of the
you're thinking about
job?
the workers.
The workers, yeah,
standpoint,
because they're in a weird position. What, he's worked there for many years. Is he going to be like, no, this is it for me? And they're like, come on.
Well,
this is
I mean,
great
part of the
advertising.
job of the workers is to be courteous to the customers, regardless of if it's JD Vance or
I think
not.
it's a lot to expect someone who works selling donuts to be on TV.
Well, of course, yeah, they have the
Yeah.
right not to be on TV. Yeah.
Right. But I don't know, they might have felt pressured that their boss would be mad at them if they were like, I don't want to do that. And their boss didn't want to be on camera. So I don't know. It's a very weird thing to force that upon the workers. I remember
It was not a successful stunt. That's true.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely a stunt, not a successful
That's
one.
the way the donut crumbles.
He lost the
sometimes.
donut vote with this.
Lost
I'm a
the donut
donut
vote.
enthusiast. Not that he ever could have had it anyway, but.
All right, that does it for us for this week on Rising. We made it through Democratic National Convention Week and Republican National Convention Week. So now we're just getting into prime election season. We'll have some debates coming up. We'll have a lot more analysis of not just the vibes, but the policies of Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, and Donald Trump and JD Vance.
Maybe we'll get to see JD Vance go to Home Depot. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while you're on the go, we're available wherever you get your podcasts.
See you next week.
Bye, y'all.